Hey y'all, so today is, I don't know what day it is. It's the next day from yesterday. Um, I got a few questions on my video yesterday, so I figured I would make another video to answer those questions, and also just in case anybody was curious and just didn't ask. One question was, how do I cope with having bipolar disorder if I don't take medicine? And I think the short answer, that's gonna drive me crazy. I think the short answer for that is that a lot of times I don't. I just kind of go through the motions of life and just do what I gotta do and then go to sleep. Um, Another question that I got was, how does it affect my relationships? And I kind of said it in the previous video that it affects my relationships as far as, sometimes I just kind of don't want to be around people, and I won't put myself around people and stuff like that. Now, when I was younger, like before Cameron was born, so like she was like a saving grace for me. But before that, like when I'd be on my highs, y'all, I would go shopping. I'm talking about spend up a check. Do you hear me? I would really do some serious shopping, and I would feel so great. And then I get home and I got all these bags, and then I crash because I'm like, I just spent all this money. It was a vicious cycle for a long time too. Some people do other stuff like when they're on their highs, but for me, it was like shopping, like because I loved to shop back then. Now I'm the most frugal person you'll probably ever meet. But yeah, so it affects my relationships in that way. And then as far as like me and like the dating scene or whatever, it's difficult because people don't always understand me, you know. I'm really sweet and loving and generous and caring and all those things, and then other times I can be very short and nonchalant and not interested. And I think the reason I do that is because sometimes I feel like underappreciated. Not even just in like relationships, but like friendships too, on the job and stuff like that. I just feel underappreciated, and it's very hurtful for you to try to talk to someone about the way that you feel, especially somebody that you care about, and they shut you down and tell you that you're negative, or you need to just get over it, or it's not that bad. I can't tell y'all how many times somebody has told me it's not that bad. For years, like I have endometriosis as well, and I've been dealing with that since I was like 12, maybe 11, something like that. I mean, it's intense. Like I'm talking about, I pass out. I get sick to my stomach. I have heat flashes. I mean, it is crazy. And for years, I had people telling me it's not that bad. It's just cramps. I think I know what I feel, and I'm going to tell you right now, this right here is not normal pain. So I'm used to people telling me that what I feel is irrelevant, or it's not this serious and stuff like that. I'm used to it, but it doesn't take the sting away. And so when it comes to the affairs of like your heart and your mind, and you're trying to share with someone because maybe your behavior has changed, and you know the reason that your behavior has changed is because things that they're doing or things that they're not doing. And when you bring it up, it's like, oh, you tripping. I get that all the time. And it just makes me go more into my shell, makes me want to be more of a hermit crab. And I guess in short, the only way that I can really be in relationships is that I have to make a choice that whomever I'm with is who I want to be with. And I guess they have to make the same choice. Good, bad, or indifferent. And that's what I do. Something that someone kind of asked about, but they didn't ask about it in a way that I want to address it, and it was about my faith. And this is something that really bugs me, like really, really bad. I am a woman of faith. I am a child of God. I do believe. I trust him. I love him and all those things. But even within that, that does not take away what I go through. And I think that's all people like. You can trust and have faith all day, but life is still going to happen. And it's the same thing with struggling with, with mental illness or anxiety or whatever. When it happens, I can't stop it. I can't control it. I can't woo-saw myself out of it. It doesn't work like that. I mean, it's like getting hit by a freight train. I mean, I can't help it. And I really wish that people would stop judging people, stop putting stigma on people that deal with things differently than you do. Even people that don't suffer with any kind of mental illness, everybody's created and wired different. There are certain things that, like, my best friend from college, like, it's certain things that she will deal with in her life that I'm absolutely like, ain't no way. That doesn't make her a horrible person, and it doesn't make me a horrible person either. We just are very different. Our needs are different. I read the whole love language book, and I found that book, it's right. I'm a very sensitive person. I like to hear what people think about me often, and people are like, well, you shouldn't allow what other people think of you to dictate who you are. And it doesn't dictate who I am. I'm going to be who I am. But if you're supposed to love me and care for me, I like to hear it sometimes. So I get tired of people saying, well, Tara, you're in seminary school. You should be able to will yourself out of this. It is not that simple. I think people don't understand, and I'm not going to speak for anybody. I'm going to speak for myself. People don't understand what I go through. Imagine this. Let's say it's my lady time, and I said I have endometriosis. Pain pills don't work. I've been prescribed Vicodin. I've been prescribed everything under the sun. It does not work, okay? Now, for some reason, my heart doesn't tolerate pain very well. So not only am I in pain, I feel like I can't move. My legs are like numb and weak, and I'm sweating, and I'm nauseous. But now my heart is tripping too. So now my blood pressure is low. Oh, and did I mention I have a job that I have to go to? All right. And I have 2 children that totally and solely depend on me because I'm all they got outside of my family. So I got lunches to pack. I have to drive them to school. There's no school bus. I need to go to my job where I care for other people's children. I need to be a nice person while I'm at work, even though I feel like crap. I have to deal with other people's crap while I'm there. Leave work, hurry to go get my girls because, again, there's no school buses. Then leave there. They get out of school at 3, maybe get home around 4 because of traffic. We do homework. I have to cook dinner, clean out their lunch boxes for the day, help with homework, make sure everybody gets their showers, and then I need to bathe myself and try to go to bed. And I didn't include washing dishes or, any of that stuff. It is hard. And then you got people judging you because you're overwhelmed or you're stressed. I don't care if you're not a single mom. If you're just a mother, period, it's hard. It's hard. And trying to do it and cope with mental illness at the same time is a very tall order. And it's it's just not easy. So that's that. All the highly holy people and stuff like that have these perfect relationships with the Lord, keep praying for me then, because I ain't got there yet. I pray, I have a relationship, I trust him, I believe in him, he is the center of my universe, but that does not stop things from happening, and it does not stop the anxiety attacks from coming. It doesn't stop my heart from tripping. It happens, okay? That's that. So I hope that answers your question. And another thing too, a few people kind of reached out to me that I guess also deal with some of those issues, and they all kind of say the same thing. They kind of suffer in silence because they're afraid of what people will think or what people will say, or how people will treat them. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just don't. I believe that people are going to judge you whether something wrong with you or not. They're going to judge you for who you are, what you do, what you don't, what you eat, what you don't. Like, that's just kind of the nature of people, which is probably one of the reasons why I stayed to myself. But that's just what it is. And someone asked me too, was I not afraid to share that? Clearly not. I posted it on YouTube for the world to see. But no, like, for what? It's a part of who I am, but it's not who I am. And a lot of people, before I said something, didn't even know. So, no, whatever. They be all right. And I also wanted to say that if you know somebody that's struggling or dealing with depression, anxiety, any kind of anything, sometimes you should just listen. I don't think people always want somebody to save them, because I don't need nobody to save me. I do well for myself. But sometimes just listening or doing what you say you're going to do would help. I saw that yesterday this K-pop artist, I cannot pronounce his name, but he committed suicide. And a coworker of mine said her daughter was really, really upset, like boohoo crying about it. And she's like, I just don't understand. He had money. Why would he kill himself? Y'all, money don't have anything to do with anything when it comes to depression. Because let me explain to you how that works for me. When I am depressed, there's nothing anyone can tell me that is going to make me feel like everything is okay. Because everything is not okay. It's just not. And when you are battling within your mind, trying to convince yourself that you're okay and that everything that's going to crap is not going to crap, and it's not as bad as it seems, even though everything around you is completely falling to pieces, or whatever the case may be, and then you have people telling you to like suck it up or just push on, why would you want to deal with it? For me, I live for my children. I live for myself, but I live for my children. And I know that God placed me here for more than just myself. And I also choose to believe that the struggles and the things that I go through in my life are not about me. I believe that we all face different problems and struggles and situations in our lives to help other people, because you never know who's watching. And a young lady reached out to me, and I believe she was 15. I don't know her, but she reached out to me through YouTube, and she's struggling, and she's tried to talk to her family, and they tell her she's just a crybaby. That is not the way to deal with people, man. Like, really. I really do wish people would do their research and read up on, just depression, because I think people have a very not accurate idea of what depression is. And same thing with bipolar disorder. I had someone kind of joke with me about it and was like, oh, you crazy. Ooh, you be like this and like that. And I'm like, have you ever seen me like this and like that? Like, no, you have not, because that's not what bipolar disorder is. People just need to do better research and kind of know who and what they're dealing with, and just be more kind. And I'll finish this video by saying this: when you meet someone or when you encounter somebody, even if you don't actually sit down and talk to them, you never know what the person is going through. Sometimes all it takes is a smile or a hi, how are you, or holding the door for someone, or something really small that can absolutely make somebody else's entire universe. You don't know what people are fighting. And there are women out there like me that don't wear their issues on their sleeve, and you would probably never know what they were dealing with, but they're heavy, and life is heavy, and there's a lot wrong, and you come across that person the wrong way on the wrong day, and OMG, and so I feel like the African American community, we need to do better about loving one another and caring for one another and not tearing each other down. And just as a people in general, I think we should just love each other more. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. and I will answer them. And until then, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.